first thing I want to know is, I have some pieces up here. I want you to tell me, I want you to put your finger on your nose. If you can tell me what you notice about these pieces. I don't want hands in the air, I want finger on the nose. Don't want hands in the air, I want finger on the nose. Can you tell me something? What do you notice?
That they start, like once you start eating it,
Did you hear what he said? He said it starts a little here and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Thank you for sharing. Look at him and say, on fire, go. On fire. Anybody else? Finger on your nose? Yes. What do you notice?
It got 10. That little script, it matches the second one.
This matches this?
No.
Oh,
That.
this? Come up here. Come up here and show me. Let's see what he's talking about. Oh, I think he knows what he's talking about. Show me. What are you talking about?
See, it get bigger.
Okay, that was pretty smart. Go sit down, look at him and say, on fire, go. Do you know what he said? He said this matches one of those. Very nice. How many of these do you think is
10.
in here?
100.
100 or 10? If you think it's 100, go like this. If you think it's 10, go like this. So a lot of people think there's 100 of these in this. Let's ask again. If you think there's 10 of these in this, go like this. If you think there's 100 of these strips in here, go like this. Okay, so some people still think it's 100. All right, we'll talk about it in a minute. What else does someone notice? That was excellent. Finger on the nose. Don't call anyone with their hand up. Yes?
They times 10.
Whoa, what do you mean times 10?
It's like 1 times 10, they will make the other one. 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is 1,000.
You guys are going to make this class go really
We
fast
talked about
today.
that on Friday.
That is awesome. So you're saying 1 times 10 makes, 10 times 10 makes, 100 times 10 makes. Very nice. Great job. Look at him and say,
But that may be a little confusing for them because I pulled this
We're
and
gonna
we
talk
did
about
these
that.
pieces right here, 1,
Okay.
10, 100, and 1,000. Just wanted to, so you know.
Thank you, because that's what they'll see on a test sometimes. So we'll talk about that in just a second. Anybody notice anything else? Anybody notice a pattern? Oh, you are will tell us. It is in order. Do you notice a pattern? What is the pattern?
1, 10, 100,000.
I love it. 1, 10, hundreds, thousands. That's excellent. Does anyone see a pattern with our shapes? Finger on your nose. Uh-huh.
It's a square.
Whoa, which one's a square?
Oh. The one,
Which one's a square?
The one look like a box.
So this is a square. What is this?
I'm talking one inch. One.
So you're telling me something different. You're telling me there's one of these in this?
Yes.
Okay? No? That's okay. Come on up.
One.
That's why I like us to be able to be on the floor so we can see it really
This
close.
room is so tiny.
Is it every one?
There is one of those ones in every one of those. Fantastic. He said there's one of these ones in each of those. You're absolutely right. Let's go back to our pattern. Thank you for sharing. Yes.
It goes square line, square line.
I love it. Excellent. She said square line, square line. Instead of line, what shape is that?
Rectangle.
Rectangle. Let's say it with me. Ready? Follow my finger with your eyes. Put your finger down and watch mine. Put your finger down and watch mine. Put your finger down and watch mine. Better watch it fast. Some people aren't watching my finger. Say it with me. Square.
Square.
Rectangle. Square. Rectangle.
Very nice. What do you think our next is going to be?
Square.
Oh, and then what?
Rectangle.
Rectangle. Very good. So let's talk about what each of these are. This is how many?
One.
You know what we're going to call this?
One.
We can call it a unit. Tell the person next to you what's this called.
Unit.
Nice. many are here?
10.
Do you know what we're going to call this?
10.
We could. I'm going to call it a strip.
I know it.
What are you going to call this? Tell your partner what this is. This one? Okay, very good. All right, now there's 10 of these in here. There's 10 of these in here. You know what I'm going to call this?
100,000.
I'm going to call it a mat. What am I going to call it? A mat. Tell your partner, what is this? Very good. Okay, so if there's 10 of these in here and 10 of these in here, there's how many of these in here?
10.
100?
10.
He might be right. Let's think about this. If there's 10 of these in here, there's 10 of these in here, how many of these are in this? Let's count them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000.
Oh, there's 10 mats in this. Do you know what we're going to call this? A strip mat. Because it's a strip of mats. So let's start over. Unit, strip, mat, strip mat. Very good. Excellent. Can you guys see? Okay. All right. And you said 100. And you know why you kept saying 100? Because that is how much this piece is worth. It's worth 100. This piece is worth 10. This piece is worth 1. This piece is worth 1,000. 1,000. Now, wait a minute. That's not how we're used to seeing 1,000. We're used to seeing 1,000 like this. Hey, look. There's 10. It's just hard to see. There's 10 hundreds stacked on top of each other here. We can just see it a little easier on there because it makes a big, long rectangle. Look, there's 10 hundreds. Okay? So this piece is worth how much?
1,000.
100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. Now, what is going to come next? A million? Oh, let's think about our pattern. Square, rectangle. Square, I'm going to start over. Say it with me.
Square, rectangle.
What's going to come next?
Square.
Square. And if there's 10 of these in here, 10 of these in here, 10 of these in here, how many are going to have to be in here?
10.
So 10 of these?
Yep.
All right, do you know what? I have one of those.
10,000.
Whoa.
Do you see? Let's count. Let's find 10 of those.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow. And how much do you think that one's worth?
10,000.
A
This
million.
one, actually. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Whisper to the person next to you. How much do you think this is worth? Okay. Guess what I heard? I heard someone say 10,000, and I heard someone say a million. That does look like a million, doesn't it? A million's really big. But don't let it trick you. This is not quite a million. This is worth 1. This is worth 10. This is worth 100. This is worth 1,000. How many thousands are in here? 1,000. Say it with me. 1,000.
2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000,
8,000, 9,000, 10,000. How much is this?
10,000.
Now what's our next shape going to be?
100,000.
Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Wait a minute.
What's our next shape going to be? Is it going to be a rectangle or a square?
Rectangle.
It is going to be a rectangle. Very good. And so it's going to be 10 of these like this. If we taped these together and kept going down with 10 of those,
It'll be
100,000.
A million.
30,000. That is great thinking. Let's think about it. If there's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, 90,000.
How many?
100,000. Go to 100,000 next. Look up here, guys. 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000. That was our mat, our big mat, and then 100,000. And I just said mat, but this is not. This is called a mat or a bubba. Bubba. Say bubba. Bubba. Okay. Tell me what they're called again.
Unit, strip,
Mat.
mat,
Mat.
Bubba.
Bubba. Very good. So we can label these because tomorrow we're going to build a number with these.
10s, 100s,
Thousands, 10,000s, and the next one, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, 90,000.
A million.
100,000. We haven't shown them.
You keep on adding zeros.
Oh, you do? Good for you. We'll talk about that in a minute. So when we go this way, someone said it earlier, the value of each place gets how much bigger?
1 0.
Not 10.
Oh.
10
times.
times. That's a big thing. 10 times bigger. You don't just add 10. It's 10 times. So let's look at this. When I go this way, it gets 10 times bigger. Or, you can show it like that. Now when I go this way, we haven't
10
talked about that yet. We're
times
going to talk about
smaller.
that real quick. 10 times less?
Yeah, 10 times smaller.
I like how you said that. 10 times smaller. Very nice. You are dividing. If we're multiplying by 10 times going this way must be divided by 10. And there's another way we can say this. I want you to look at this. This piece as a fraction, okay? There's one of these out of how many?
10.
So it's 1/10 of this. This is 1/10 of this. This is 1/10 of that, and this is 1/10 of that. Now what if I took this, and I need 1/10 of this? That means I need to keep going this way. Well, I'm going to give you a little secret. We're going to put a decimal here because we're about to go into decimals. I have this 1, and I take 1/10 of it. I'm going to cut 1 out of 10 pieces.
9.
What do you think that's going to look like? First of all, is it going to be a square or rectangle? This is a square, so what's going to come next?
Rectangle.
Rectangle.
Or
And
you
look,
can-
Miss Katie has one of these. Oh my goodness. It is so super tiny.
Is 0.5.
I'm going to give you a chance today to come up to see it. It's 1/10 of this one. Look at it. Ooh, it's so tiny. And then if I cut that into 10 pieces,
Oh no.
oh my goodness,
Oh, no.
it's going to be 1/10 of this, and that is 100th. And we're going to get to decimals later, not today. Holy moly. Guacamole, I say that. So does my little girl. So I can say it's 10 times smaller that way, divided by 10, or 1/10. We get 1/10 of the first piece. So this is 1/10 of this. This is 1/10 of this. You guys got it?